Hi, I'm John LaJoy. Thank you for coming to the John LaJoy's podcast. We're going to be talking about 49er football today. The game will be starting about around 5 o'clock today. Um, and the Texans will be playing here shortly too, but I'm going to go ahead and play my intro so I can give you guys a little bit of time to pop into the chat. All right, let's go Niners.
Subscribe to Daddy. Thanks. Nina.
All right, let's get into the playoff picture right now. I'm going to bring something to the screen right now. Go back to you guys. All right, it's loading up right now. All right, we have first game Baltimore Ravens versus the Houston Texans. This is going to be a great matchup today. This is the very first game that will be starting at 1:15 my time. So it'll be 3:15 or this game will be starting here soon for the East Coast. And we know that the games are later for you guys. Um, I'll get more in detail. I'm just doing this quickly. And the afternoon game is the San Francisco 49ers versus the Green Bay Packers. Basically, this is like Houston, San Francisco, Green Bay, or basically the newer class of quarterbacks. We got C.J. Stroud for Houston. We got Brock Purdy for the San Francisco 49ers. Great quarterback. They're all great. Um, but it's right now it's time to see a breakout by two of these quarterbacks or one of these quarterbacks. Basically, if C.J. Stroud wants to be Lamar Jackson, he's going to have a breakout game for that for a rookie quarterback. So it's time to see who can do it and who cannot. And we got, let's go to Green Bay Packers first. Uh, Love was part of the draft class of 2020. So he has been in the league a little bit more longer than Brock Purdy, at least a year, but he sat underneath Aaron Rodgers. Lock. Don't care for that guy. He belongs with the Jets to go bye-bye anyway. He was good. He's definitely good. I just don't like him. Do I think Love is a little bit more better than Aaron Rodgers? Yes, for a good reason. Brock Purdy, he can remind us of how Joe Montana used to play, Dan Marino used to play, Steve Young. Just with the recent interview that Steve Young and Brock Purdy did, Brock Purdy got some stuff that he could learn from basically a legend, what you call a legend in the 49ers franchise. And basically, it's like where you have a veteran looking at basically a 1 year season plus a few games before, since he did come in the Dolphin game. I would say Brock Purdy has more of a reason to be a little bit more angry at people right now, because they're saying 7 quarterbacks are better than he is. No, we have 8 great quarterbacks in the playoffs. Now it's time to see who's better than who right now to get to the next round, then get to be able to lift the trophy up for the Super Bowl. So those are the 2 games that's happening today. Then we got, for Sunday, we got the Kansas City Chiefs versus the Buffalo Bills. So Patrick Mahomes came into the league in 2017, first round pick. Josh Allen, first round pick of 2018. Lamar Jackson was, first round pick in 2018 for the Ravens. And then we got the Detroit Lions, 2016, so he would be the oldest one. And then we got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers with Baker Mayfield, and that was draft class of 2018. So Lamar, Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen, Goff, and Baker really don't have nothing to prove right now, because we know what they can do. The 3 I'm more excited about is Brock Purdy for sure. Love, he's going to put up a good show. And then CJ Stroud for the Houston Texans. We got 3 young guys right here that needs to show that they can take down basically a little bit more older veterans. So we will see, because I am picking Houston, San Francisco, Detroit, and Buffalo to win these games. So yes, I am picking an underdog team to win for the Houston Texans. And let me go ahead and bring up the next one. This will be the basically the players that are going to be out. Let me see. All right, I'm pulling up the injury reserves now. All right, it's up and right now we do not have Colin Farrell, haven't got no notice about. So Colin Farrell is going to be out for today's game. That's okay because it's only a knee injury. Greenlaw is he's done some light. He's questionable. I haven't heard anything yet right now. Let me double make sure.
A man has a Grim Reaper.
Because I haven't seen nothing yet of if he's playing or not. So more than likely, we will see Greenlaw playing. Logan Ryan is more than likely going to be playing. Big Trent, he's definitely playing. He got some rest. Eric Armstead will be playing today. So we got our Beast is back. George Odom, if I'm saying the last name right. George, yeah, he's going to be back. Then we got Jair Brown back. He should be definitely playing. There will be some guys that's sitting out. I just haven't seen the active roster yet, the inactive players. But I could probably, yeah, it should be up now. And we got John Feliciano is back and ready to rock and roll again. So he should be starting one of the guard positions. I'm hoping today. Good key player that we have. Gibson is back. Danny Gray did not look like he practiced on the last day. We don't know if he's going to be playing or not. That's why I'm going to double make sure here in a second. If he is, he is. If he's not, he's not. George Kittle is good to go. CMC is good to go. And Thomas is ready to go. Now, here's the Green Bay Packers injury reserve guys. I'm not going to try to say their names, but there's a few key players that we definitely got to watch out for. So the very first one is J.A. is questionable. Kenny Clark is limited, so he should be probably questionable. A.J. Dell is questionable. One of the linebackers, K.E., is out for sure. Ross Gray. Yeah, they still haven't got the inactive players that's going to be out for today's game up yet. They should. They should here shortly. So they haven't updated anything yet, but because they still got Danny Gray on IR, Ross Strelly is on IR, Nick Z is on IR, Colin Farrell is out, and we definitely need to know for sure. Drake Jackson won't be coming back. So everybody on Green Bay, these are the guys that will light practice. So some of them will be playing, some of them won't. We'll be seeing. We need to just get to the inactive guys and see who's going to be here and who's not. So, didn't realize that light was shining in right there. Sorry about that, peeps. Now let's get to some fun stuff. Basically, like stat information. Oh, hold on. I will go right back. I did get a comment. Yeah. West Coast can be fun. Carcast. Yeah, snow can be very cold, buddy. But snow can even be fun too if you want to do that. But thanks for popping in, Carcass. I know you'll be going to be doing a show. Levi will be from Darwin Ravens will be doing a show here shortly. I believe his show starts at 1:15 my time. So going to do another share screen. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Right there. Well, we're going to go ahead and start with the Texans and Ravens right now. And I'm going to get one of my devices where I can see the chat. It might be a little bit slow on my side. All right, there will be a pregame with Niner Faithful Radio with TJ with with the opening. Then they have a halftime show. Then they have a ending show too. They have a ending. Oh yeah, Carcass. I'm almost. I just need to get a little bit more above 62, but I do feel good, and you're almost at 100. Awesome, buddy. So we got the Detroit Lions. No, not the Lions, but the Houston Texans versus the Ravens. Here's some stat lines. If you're like a betting person, you would be using this a lot to place your bets, everything. Oh yeah, Carcass. I can see your chat off my phone. Right now, I'm just going through this quickly, and then I'll hop back in and pull this chat. But I can see that you're on. So right now, this is predicting that the Ravens are 81.7%. That can definitely change. And they only got the Houston Texans at 18.3%. So right now, if you look at the stat, CJ Stroud and Lamar Jackson, CJ Stroud is only 2 interceptions less than Lamar Jackson. They're very close to each other's touchdowns. And percentage of yards, they're very close, but CJ Stroud has Lamar Jackson beat. And their sizes are not that much different. One's younger than the other one, but we will have to see who has the biggest dog out of these two quarterbacks for sure. Then we have the Houston running backs. And yes, Lamar Jackson likes to run a lot. He has carried 148 days, 821 yards, but they did pick up Cook too. So that's going to be their new leading running back, maybe, if Lamar Jackson wants to get his head out of his butt and use all his weapons around him instead of using him as his permanent weapon. What up, Beep Bop? Nice to see you in the chat, bro. And everything. And then we got their number one wide receivers right here in Collins. 80 recorded, 12,097 yards, 8 touchdowns. Flowers, 77 recorded, 858 yards, 5 touchdowns. So they're both good. It's just who wants the game the most. So right now, here's their injuries, but their stats are 10-7, and the Ravens are 13-5. Yes, the Houston wants to do a little bit of payback since the week 1. So the Bills, I will look at that later, because the Bills have a few people out, not playing. So the last 5 games, Texans have beat the Browns, the Colts, the Tennessee Tidy Whiteys, lost to the Browns in week 17, and went into overtime with the Houston Texans since they did have a hard game with them. It looks like it. But they're going to have to come out hot and heavy if they want to try to win today's game for sure. And the Ravens have lost to the Pittsburgh Steelers. So in the last 5 games for both teams, they only lost 1 game and they won every other games. And if you look right here, the Ravens did struggle against the Rams. Rams is in the same division as us. This game here, Ravens just stomped them and basically took them out. They basically fried up some fish and had fish dinner that day. Jaguars game, definitely a different type of score. They only let the Jags only score by 7. We did the same thing that the Ravens did. It's just a different look for the Ravens and us. So basically, and here is their stadium. Their game is on ESPN, ABC, and ESPN Plus. So this is going to be a good game. It is in Baltimore. It's definitely cold for them. I'm looking at the pregame show right now. They're talking, and they're definitely bundled up. Majorly bundled up. Now let me get to, I'm going to save our game for the last one. Let me get to the comments before I do that. Thank you for coming, CarCast. I'm only starting where we last left off. I'm only at 62 subs, looking to get more. I'm looking to try to go for the 100 right now. It's a work in progress. everything. CarCast is almost at 100 right now. Beat Bop, what's up, buddy? Welcome, welcome. Almost to the bottom. I don't think here is Brian Cope doing his usual routine for everybody. Thank you, Brian. Hope you guys are enjoying the show today. I'm only going through stat information. That's why I'm on this site. Definitely waiting for the Texans and Ravens game. Let's go Texans. I'm going to root for the Texans today because I really want to see them go against us in the Super Bowl. And everybody here is basically podcasters, great people. They like to do great stuff on their shows too. Great context. Everything. There we go. I just am having a little bit of fun. So let's get to the next slide. Not slide, but shared screen for the information. And let's go ahead and pull up a game that is tomorrow. Let's go ahead and pull up the Bills and Chiefs game because I'm going to say the 49ers later. And that type of stuff. Come on. Maybe I should have refreshed it. All right. So tomorrow we got the Buffalo Bills playing at 3:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. It is going to be in the in Buffalo today, so Kansas City has to travel, and Patrick Mahomes doesn't do that well on traveling. So I'm expecting the Bills probably doing an upset. It is snowing. They did have people there basically all day yesterday to shove out snow once again. Thanks, Brian. Well, you did help me get started too, buddy. That's why I give you the rich. So you deserved it. Because if I can't see somebody saying something, I want you guys to make sure to keep anything that's not polite or disrespectful off of it. And I know that you're quick of getting that type of stuff off, Brian. Same with you too, CarCast. So here's the odds for Kansas City and Buffalo. And I'm definitely not a betting person. I would have to have like somebody else explain this to you guys. I know my little brother
playing the
understands
Chiefs. Like,
it.
is there anything?
Jeez. Sorry about that. That was audio that was popping in my ear. I don't know if you guys heard it or not. I hope you guys did it in YouTube. That wasn't my fault. So if you look right here at the percentage, they do have Buffalo 57.1% over the Kansas City Chiefs 42.9%. But they all have definitely good weapons. Josh Allen has more interception. He's a little bit more wild in that department. But he runs. He does a lot of stuff with his legs. Patrick Mahomes does the same thing. He only has 14 interceptions. Their touchdowns are very close to each other, 27 and 29. 401 over 597 yards completed, 4,183. Josh Allen, 385 slash 579 with 4,306 yards. So they're very close to each other. Then we will get down to the running backs. Basically, Pacheco. He has carried 205. Amount of yards that he has is 935. He is definitely hard to take down, but those are the type of weapons that you would want to have to run and try to take people and just keep on moving the sticks, because that's definitely a good thing for each of these teams. Then Jay Cook, 237 carries, 4,022. So Cook is a little bit more better of a running game, but they do have their weapons like Buffalo has their tight ends, and Knox is their tight end over Travis Kelce. They're very close to each other. And for Travis Kelce, 93 recording, 984 yards, 5 touchdowns. So this is off season for Travis Kelce. We don't know what's going on with him. It could be he's distracted with his new girlfriend or something. Stephon Diggs, 107 recorded yards, 1,183 yards, 8 touchdowns. Means that they're using all their weapons to do their job. So, few of their injury guys, they will not have Wayne Moore, their offensive tackle for today's game. Kay Turner is out. I'll read that in a second. Yeah, I'm trying to set up some more guests for Tuesday podcast. Working on that as we speak. So I just got one of the guys that I would like to have on my show to come on, hang out, and have some fun. So, guy says questionable. Buffalo does not have their linebacker and their cornerback either. So they got some questionable guys. I did see a few guys that were out. That list is already up and going. All right, and Buffalo has won their last 5. And the Chiefs have lost to the Raiders. 20-14, aka the Swifties. I call them the Swifties for a reason. Because that should be their new name, Kansas City Swifties. So, and they have won all their other games. Buffalo has a better luck at home games. It is in Buffalo. Here is their stadium. So right now it's like 20%, but they did shovel out a ton of snow. They had a lot of snow in the bleachers. I believe they cleaned out the seating this time in the field, and those guys got a park, but they had a whole helping hand by the city. Great job, Bill Mafia, for that one. Respect for you guys for that. So try to get caught up on the comments. Good. Nice one, Brian. So let's go ahead and stop that one since I'm done with that one. And now let's get to the next tomorrow's game. Because I want to save ours for last because our game is not till a little bit later. So, and I got to drag it down. So now we are getting to the Buccaneers and Lions game. That game is on NBC tomorrow at 12 p.m. So I want the Bills to win that game, and I want the Lions to win this game. Here's the betting information. If people like to bet, like David Croner likes to bet, but I don't. But everybody has their poison. So matchup percentage, Buccaneers are 37.5%, and the Detroit Lions are 62.5%. Baker. So if you look at this yards, there's only like a 500-yard difference between both these guys. Baker Mayfield has 10 interceptions, 28 touchdowns, 444 yards. Jared Goff has 454,575 yards, 30 touchdowns, 12 interceptions. Interceptions can happen with anything, deflections, blocks, fumbles, you name it. These guys have to go through it. They all have a hard job, but the best team will win. Am I worried that if we got to play the Buccaneers? No, for the 49ers standpoint. Lions, I ain't too worried about them that much. So out of this game, I'm definitely going for the Lions because they haven't made it too far in the playoffs, so I would have to go for them. Or White carries or 272, 990 yards for 6 touchdowns. He's very hard to take down too from the game I watched last week. So definitely be expecting him to do some type of damage in the game. And Lions running back D. Montgomery, I think DM. I'm going to say DM as a nickname. 219 carries, 1,015 yards for 13 touchdowns. That's good. That's a little bit more better than a Bucks running back. Then we get to M. Every, their wide receiver, 7-9 recorded, 1,255 yards with 13 touchdowns. That's good. And A. Street Brown, 119 recorded, 50 yards with 10 touchdowns. It could just been where he has definitely more yards, so definitely some deep balls and just making the touchdowns in the right position. So that's great. Right now, it doesn't say anybody's injured for Tampa Bay. And the Lions have a few people injured. One guy's questionable. They have a few guys on IR. The last 5 games. Buccaneers deadbeat. The Eagles, the Carolina Panthers. That was definitely a game that was probably a sneeze fest for a lot of people. They did lose to the Saints. They did beat the Jaguars, and they did beat Green Bay. That sort of says something to us. We can definitely beat Green Bay for our standards. Detroit Lions only lost to the Cowboys. They only lost by 1 point. They should have won it. The Lions beat the Rams. They beat the Vikings twice, and they beat the Denver Broncos. And Lions do have a dome, the Ford Field, so it's going to be at a good temperature for them. So, but outside it's like 21%. So that's a little bit on the cold side if you're not used to being in the cold, guys. So we got one more to go. And then we can, by that time, it would be 49, Houston Texans versus the Ravens football game. They'll look in on my TV. Yeah, they're definitely cold. They're still warming up. I'm hoping that CJ Stroud does a great job right now. I'm having a blank. RG3 is on the TV doing some chatting about the game. He makes a good announcer, but see, he understands these younger guys too. So the Packers are 9-8. We are 12-5. I'm only doing the basically the just the pregame information. CarCast, buddy. Now, I'm going to show you guys this video that they're just showing. So this is where you have to really think. Everybody from San Francisco is for Brock Purdy. And there's difference between each of these quarterbacks. Here's the betting pool for both the teams. The stats information is coming right up. See, there's a big difference between us and Green Bay. Green Bay is 21.4%. Brian Cope did have a Green Bay Packer fan on his show today. Great show, buddy, everything. And the 49ers are 78.6% of victory in this projection. Yep. Love, grand total of yards 4,159. Brock Purdy has a little bit more, 4,280 yards. Both look great. Both are close to each other. Brock Purdy has more yards. He's number one in a lot of percentages. Everything. He's number one in a lot of things. He likes to beat records. So, but he's poised at what he does. Give me a second. It's the video that they have on this. Yep, Mitch will be doing his great punting like always. A. Johnson has 142 carries, 656 yards, 2 touchdowns. I still got my money on CMC. CMC with 272 carries, 1,459 yards for 14 touchdowns. Yeah, we're going to see something awesome in today's game. It could be a little bit wet and wild, a little bit muddy, but that's what California weather is. It's basically bipolar. So every single place has bipolar weather, but it makes a great game too. And R. Reed, 64 receiving, 797 yards, 8 touchdowns, and Brandon Ayuk, aka BA. You gotta love BA and Debo put together. Juszczyk, Big Trent, aka Silverback. Our D is gonna look great today. So we have Eric Armstead back, Hargrave, Chase Young. I have been hearing some chatter about that. It doesn't matter of how many sacks that he gets or tackles. It's what he does to give other guys opportunity to get the tackles. So it's less pressure on a few people because they got a double, triple team certain players to stop them. Now they have a harder time of being able to stop us. And that's where you got to think. The pressure is the most important, not basically the sacks. If we get the sack, great. At least a sack on a quarterback. That's awesome. Or a safety. aka Chase Young, aka the Predator. Brad Warner is a Predator too now. Uh,
Magic never.
I thought I turned that thing off. Where are you? There you are. Are you guys hearing that audio coming through? Can somebody let me know? So we do have a few injuries. Colin Farrell is not playing today. I haven't seen the inactive roster yet, but they did show Buffalo's not that long ago because the game was started to start. Green Bay Packers have won 4 games. Thank you for the Green Bay Packers that have taken out the Cowboys. I knew they were going to be able to do that. I knew the Cowboys were going to get eliminated. There's no pros and cons. We did lose our last 2 games against the Rams, but that game wasn't too important for us. But if we think about it, Jake Moody, hold on. Oh yeah, that's what I'm hearing too. I know Colin Farrell is not playing, and let's welcome in David McNider is in the house, and they will be playing at our stadium, Levi Stadium, our home, and it's 62 degrees in San Francisco, so it should be feeling good. Field should be a little bit wet, but it should be okay for everybody to play in. They do have different type of spikes that they can use, longer, shorter. It depends on what the guy do. I know for alignments, we go with a lot more longer spike into the ground so we can hold our ground. As a ex-lineman in high school that played football, I was a offensive left tackle, the same position where Trent Williams plays. But I have played the right side. I prefer the left side because I like to give somebody a good pop usually. But football is fun. Football teaches you a lot of stuff, and it really tells you what you can do and what you cannot do. And give me a second, and I'll go ahead pull up everybody's chats. Everything. So my prediction, and I'm going for the underdog in this game. That's the Houston Texans with C.J. Stroud with a rookie quarterback. So I'm rooting for him today's game. Let's go DeMeco Ryans representing. I'm definitely representing you. I do want to see the Ravens lose this game. Am I too worried about the Ravens? No. Houston Texans, not worried about for the AFC. Kansas City, no. Buffalo Bills, definitely not worried because we will be in Las Vegas at the Raiders Stadium. So I'm already decked out in my 49ers gear. Most of my gear. Definitely not going to pick no score predictions because this is a playoffs and I do not want to do no score predictions. The Ravens game will be starting in a little bit. Should be kicking on. They're still doing the interview, but the game doesn't start until 1:15. But these games are going to be fun. Um, you have to be paying attention to if I post any shorts today. Um, might do We Are the Champions or Hit the Road Jack or something like that. Something to have a little bit of fun, basically saying you've been eliminated or that type of stuff. Tomorrow I'm going to be busy, um, hanging out with my little brother. Technically, he's taller than me. Marine, he's a Marine. That's why you see the Marine Corps flag right there. And here's Mr. Goofy Edwin uh, coming in to bug me like always.
Daddy, Daddy, Daddy. Dad, got two of these.
Yeah, you got Edwin.
Two, Daddy.
So, are you going to have fun watching the games today with me, Edwin, or are you just going to do your own thing?
My okay.
Like always. That's what the 5-year-old does. Hello, Dana Harvey. Let's go 49ers, right? Are you taking Ravens or the Houston Texans
Daddy,
to win?
Chocolate
I know you're taking the 49ers over the Packers. And I got it. All right, I'll take that one off. Kansas City or Buffalo, Dana. And you're taking the Texans. What about Buffalo and Kansas City? So you're taking Buffalo? Ooh, a lot of us is going for the same teams. And are you going to be taking Detroit Lions or the Tampa Bay Bucks? I know Jess is taking the Bucks in that one. And are you going to take the Detroit Lions or the Tampa Bay Buccaneers? Hello, Robbie.
Hi.
Robbie just said hi to everybody because I was messing with him. Oh, dang. We got our great picks, everybody. And if my prediction does come right, on Tuesday, I'll show you what my prediction was. And I picked it during wild card week. And I'm hoping it comes true today. So hold it. We'll still have one more round. So I'll wait one extra week, maybe during the Pro Bowl week, I will make that announcement. Because they still got one more round, because it would be Baltimore, Houston, or Kansas City to Buffalo in the next round. So they still got one more round. And then I'll show you guys the prediction that I picked, everything, and we will see what happens, if it comes true or not. Last week I won 4 games, lost 2 games. So I'm hoping to go probably 4-4 today. If I get a loss, I get a loss. I'm okay with it. That's up. So this will be the end of my show. You guys can catch me at 5 o'clock on wrong spot. 5 p.m. Tuesday. You can catch me Friday at 12 o'clock with some guests. I'm working on guests for Tuesday. And then I'll be doing another Saturday show again. But I do not know for sure for the Super Bowl. I will be doing a play-by-play maybe. I'm not 100% sure, but if I do, I will let you guys know. But I'm going to have people coming on and that type of stuff too. So it's like going to be like a Pro Bowl, no, not a Pro Bowl, but a Super Bowl party, just chatting, watching the game and that type of stuff. So I'm going to take myself off a screen. You guys still can hear me. So playing my...
Subscribe to Daddy. What else? Thanks. Nina.
So let's go 49ers. Got to give a little shout out to David Corona. He was on my show on Friday. And we all just like to have fun, talk, hang out, talk 49ers football, and hoping to get some great guests to come on for next week's podcast. I'm definitely working on that. Everything. Let's go 49ers. Let's go Texas. Let's go Buffalo. Now let's go Lions. But in Coy's way he would say it, David, I'm almost to the end of my show, buddy. But definitely rewatch it later. And what Coy usually says, F all 31 other teams. And David McNair always says, F the Rams. Rams are out. So let's take care of our business. And the other thing is, Quest for Corey Davis for the number 6. And let's now do a quest for Laura Cat since she's up in heaven now. So let's go 49ers. Let's get the victory. Everything. Right on. There you go. And this will be the end of my show. And talk to you guys all on Tuesday about 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And Friday at 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And Saturday, 12 o'clock Pacific Standard Time, too. So I'll be doing 3 shows this next week, too. So let's go 49ers. Let's get the victory. Let's get to the next round. 1 game at a time, victories. Let's start out strong, and let's end these teams' miseries. Let's go 49ers.